Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Swarm Talk as we get this interview ready to go. Another one as Georgia Tech continues to land commits, continuing also to maintain some momentum on the recruiting trail. Tonight, the special guest is none other than the defensive man himself, Trashun Griffin. Trashun, we appreciate you joining the show. Listen, man, I know that it's been a whirlwind for you over the past, we'll say, a week or two, but how does it feel to have this decision kind of done and over with?
It feels great, I don't have to worry about being stressed out or worry about doing this and that. And, I feel great about the decision that I made. And glad to be a part of Georgia Tech.
Obviously, with you being a guy from the state of Alabama, there's a connection there with Brent Keeve having ties to that state. What was that conversation like, and what was it like talking with him as you went through this process?
It was most definitely great talking to Coach Key about that. Coach Key even told me that he loves the guys from Alabama. And, he really wanted me because, coming out of the state of Alabama, you're playing some great football there. We're real competitive. So, hey, I like it. And, I just told him I want to be a part of the program.
Marco Coleman, a guy that I know you have a good relationship with. Describe that. What was he like during the recruiting process, and what's he like that maybe fans don't get to see? I mean, maybe off the field, is he a fun guy? What's he like to be around?
Man, it's unbelievable. Like Coach Coleman called me every day. Not just me, he also calls my parents, checking in on me every day. And I appreciate that. Him just coming down to see me a few times at the school. Coach Coleman is definitely a fun guy. Like it's always jokes and laughter with Coach Coleman. And I appreciate that because it's not too many coaches out here that's doing that.
Another guy I know you have some good ties with is Kenyatta Watson on that recruiting and scouting staff. Talk about him. How did that relationship start for you? And what did he mean to your recruitment?
Coach Kenyatta was actually like the reason that I came to Georgia Tech, man. Coach Kenyatta is a great guy. And, him just keeping it real with me, to me, it's like having another dad in my life. I appreciate Coach Kenyatta, for everything he has done for me. And he plays a big role in this recruiting process, such as Coach Coleman and Coach Britt Key.
Obviously, it's a class that's continued to gain some momentum. You guys have been, it feels like, popping off commitments every other day at this point. What's the bond like with the rest of the commits, and kind of what is your guys' goal? What do you talk about that you want to do when you do get to campus?
Well, most definitely, I have a relationship with Landon Marshall from Andalusia. We played them in football. And, my first time getting to meet CJ Jackson, we built a very great connection together. All only thing that we're talking about the whole time down there was committing to Georgia Tech. Man, Tech is a great place. Building that relationship and building that trust in each other, and we just want to get there and win and turn the program around. Help Coach Key. 'Cause Coach Key is an awesome coach, and I believe, and we believe that he can turn that program around.
Yeah, and I wanted to kind of ask you that too. I mean, look, it's a program that obviously is trying to get back to where they were, consistent winners, challenging in the ACC and beyond. Why did you feel like, hey, this is a place where we can go win championships? And for you personally, maybe get to the NFL? What makes it that spot for you?
Most definitely, because Coach Coleman and Coach Baker have NFL experience. Coach Coleman played in the NFL. He has those connections, and Coach Key, him going to Alabama, he have experience in the SEC. He knows how to come in and win and compete and bring the right guys in. So like, I just didn't want to go to another program and just be another number for them. You know, and I just want to go a program where I'm wanted and needed. That's the key to this recruiting process. I want to go and make a change in that program and make a name and a legacy for myself.
Let's talk about your visit. I know that Jason Moore was the guy that hosted you, a guy that is, a fan favorite. He's a guy that a lot of people love on that program. Talk about kind of what did you see on your visit, and at what point did you and your family know, hey, this is where I want to go?
Just talking to Moore, man, that guy is great, man. He walked in as a PWO, coming there, and just now he's on scholarship. That's just him coming in working. He told me, he said, just come in here and work, 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 and just talk to your teammates. Hey, you can. He told me that I can have people to lean on. That's the biggest thing coming in the program because it's other guys that you're gonna walk in the program and think, oh, they're a 5 star. They don't have to help you this and that. You know what I mean? So like just for him telling me that and showing me that and talking with the other guys, such as Cal, another defensive end. That's big. That's big. I just felt that Georgia Tech was the place for me, especially being in the Midtown Atlanta right there.
Yeah, talk about the excitement. Look, a lot of kids when they go on the visit, I'm sure you got to do the same. You get to go in the stadium under the lights. Look, there's not too many venues that are you get to see the skyline like you do in Atlanta. Did you envision at all what it would be like to play there during that moment? What was that like for you?
Most definitely. I had a big vision there, man. I had a moment that was going through my head was like I can see myself out there playing, wearing the number 11 jersey, and just going out there sacking the quarterback, and the fan base is just going crazy with the beautiful skyline right there. Why not just go leave a name for myself at Georgia Tech? And those guys, there's so much things to do down there in Atlanta. You have the NBA, the NFL, all that right there in one. So, I don't have to travel so far. And, Atlanta's not far from Alabama at all. So, why not go with Georgia Tech, especially with trusting Coach Key and Coach Coleman?
You obviously trust the coaching staff and they trust you to be able to be one of those guys that works. Listen, this is a team that's looking for kind of the next generation of pass rushers. They've got some holes to fill the roster to come. Your size that you've got off that edge, I mean, what about your skill set does Coach Coleman like, and what do you feel like you bring to the table?
Coach Coleman most definitely likes me coming off the ball hard. He really likes my hands, the way that I strike people, you know. But one thing that I know that I will bring in that program is effort. You can't teach effort. That's the reason why I also chose Georgia Tech, man. I just don't want to go in another program, just be another number, and I want to be developed. And I feel like Coach Coleman is that guy. He can do that. He's going to push me. You can just walk into another program, they can say this and that, try to sell you a dream, but when you get there, they don't even communicate with you for real. You have to know that you're going to be with that coach all the time. You're not going to be with all those other coaches and all that laughing and stuff. You have to look at these things.
Obviously, there's a time to work and there's a time to have fun. It sounds like you kind of found a spot where, look, you're going to be pushed, you're going to be developed, but you're also going to build a bond. How important was that other side to find somewhere that probably felt like a little bit like home during this decision?
It really felt like home. It just especially chopping it up with Landon Marshall and C.J. Jackson. Man, we laughed the whole time on the official visit. Like that's great, man. Like I never like had that type of feeling when I went on other schools. And it's not all about how the facility looks and all that. It's about building a bond with your future teammates, having a plan, having a vision together. So that was a great feeling there. And I'm ready to get back to Georgia Tech. Like I'm ready to go take another visit there.
That's awesome. I know you guys are not done yet. There's still some commitments coming down the pipeline. Last question for you here, Trashun. This is one's for the fans. What are you like? What would you have describe yourself maybe on the field and then off the field? What do you like to do when you're not playing football?
When I'm not playing football, I like to go in the community, man. I like to put my face out there. I want to, interact with the fans, show them love just like they're showing me love. I feel like that's very important in this football lifestyle. Show the fans love also. Just don't want them to show you love. Like I like playing Madden also, like one of the greatest games out. But I also want to tell Georgia Tech fans that we're not done yet. I'm still out there trying to get guys to flip to come to Georgia Tech. Just trust and build, and just don't go to a school that's already have a name. You just don't want to be a number for the program. Trust me, we're not done yet.
It's exciting things. I know the fan base is excited to see you and many others continuing to maybe build the next great defense there in Atlanta. Trayshawn, appreciate the time, man. Best of luck to you
Thank
going forward. Enjoy the senior season, and we'll talk with you again.
thank you.
That is Trashun Griffin, as he is the next line commit there for Georgia Tech. A big pickup for the Jackets as they continue to fill out this 2024 class. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the YouTube page if you're listening on podcasts, maybe Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Make sure you are following in there as well. We'll catch you next time here on this edition of Swarm Talk, brought to you by the Crowded Booth.